Hello, everyone, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Kistler O'Brien podcast. I'm Tyler Trumbauer with Kistler O'Brien Fire Protection, as we are joined in a very special episode today by the Executive Vice President of Kistler O'Brien, Scott Guzzo. Scott, thank you so much for giving us a few minutes of your time and chatting with us here on the KOB podcast.
Oh, I'm excited. It should be a good time.
Before we dive into all the great topics I have for you and this great time we're about to have, you've been with KOB nearly 20 years now, but have even more experience in the fire protection industry before that. Can you kind of walk us through your life safety career experience?
Absolutely. It started with Siemens Fire Protection. Believe it or not, I was at a friend's house, and there was a manager of Siemens that was at this party. Saw an interest in me. It asked me to join her team in sales. Took on a very uncomfortable situation of working in the field in construction to sales. Had a great time doing it. Became one of the leaders in Siemens and worked my way through that for many years. Did a little stint with Simplex and came here to Kistler.
Been in sales most of that time, and then in early 2024 you took over the top executive role at Kistler O'Brien. 6 months or so you've been in that role now, getting on to closer to 7. What have these last months been like since you've stepped into that executive vice president role?
What I tell the team here, very refreshing. Exciting. It's been a little nerve-wracking. It's been a roller coaster. I don't just look at taking care of the 200 employees. I look at making sure I'm making decisions that affect their families, the well-being of the company. So it's a lot of responsibility, a lot of stuff I'm learning. But the support I have from the Encore family has just been wonderful, and they're really helping me strive, taking this company to the next level.
You mentioned Encore there, October 2024, 1 year since the partnership was formed with Encore Fire Protection. You were part of those discussions early on with them. Now that we're at that 1 year mark, how has that panned out from when you had those first introductions with the O'Connors and the Encore leadership team to now here we are 1 year into the partnership?
Yeah, that was one heck of an experience. We had a lot of people showing interest in Kistler O'Brien, a lot of off-site meetings. But my biggest takeaway was the O'Connor family, when they came in, they were honest, they were open, and everything they described and everything that they promoted, it's true. They've kept to their word. We've kept our name, Kistler O'Brien, and the Powered by Encore is what makes it exciting. They're helping us with resources. They're helping us with, we got 70 plus new vehicles. Our pockets are a little deeper, and our mind is wider with the views ahead of us.
You mentioned a lot of those new things there with the 70 new service vehicles on the road, helping our life safety expert get to customers and being able to bring in this new chapter, this new perspective. The company's been around 90 plus years, but a lot of new things in the last 9 plus months or so. What does the future look like for Kistler O'Brien, at least in the near term, with all these changes, all this fun, new excitement going on? In your opinion, what's these next 3, 6, 9 months look for KOB?
I say some of the excitement we have is we're growing the sales team, which is always exciting. We have new software coming down. That software is going to allow us to take our internal processes to the next level, and more importantly, allow us to start using our sister companies more frequently. If we're all on the same platform, when our customers go to different states, it'll be a lot smoother. So I think those would probably be the biggest things that's going to be happening in the near future.
And from an internal perspective, you've seen growth from within the ranks of Team KOB. When you started, headcount was probably closer to 100 employees, now topping over 220 employees. What sticks out to you as you've seen the growth internally here as an employee, as a leader at the company, from where you were with, let's say, 105 to now, I think after next week, 225 active employees at Kistler O'Brien?
I think the one item that sticks out is when I did my interviews here, and I was contemplating Kistler O'Brien or another fire protection company. I was out in the hallway, and in our hallway here at Kistler O'Brien, we have a calendar, and on that calendar it shows anniversaries and birth dates. When I saw that there was more people here with 10 years tenure than not, I said, wow. So being here almost 20, they're all still here. People make a career out of it, and once they become a part of the family. They stick it out. So it's great to see that probably the majority of those people have stayed, and since I've been here, the number just keeps going up. It's great to be a part of.
As we chatted about earlier in our conversation here, you've been around the industry for some time now with other manufacturers and vendors, and now majority with Kistler O'Brien. Stepping outside of KOB, where we focused this conversation mainly so far, what do you see change-wise, new developments on the horizon as a whole for the fire protection industry?
Well, that's a tough one, Tyler. I think the first would be how the industry and society is going to deal with batteries, right? I mean, that's taken over the world. Manufacturers are having a hard time understanding how to put it out safely. So I think that's going to be a conversation piece for many years to a decade to come. And then the next big move would be electronics. I mean, just like your iPhone changes yearly with feature sets, all electronics will too. And it's just going to be keeping up with the next manufacturer that has something new and exciting. That's going to be the big changes I foresee.
Technology and what other industries bring to the fire protection industry, it seems to always be the thing that brings pivots, et cetera. And then, of course, any new governmental regulations. We've already seen some of that, and pivots and changes needed in manufacturers' processes. So, lastly, we talked about how you started in sales, became the sales manager. I'll take you back to your sales roots here. Why should business leaders, owners, safety leaders within large organizations choose Kistler O'Brien as their life safety partner?
I will sum it up with a few simple comments. We're a one-stop shop, so we can take care of anything life safety in your building. So I always joke around, one throat to choke when there's a problem. But with our experts, with our backgrounds in certified nice sets and such, and manufacturer certificates, we're the region's best. And I stand behind that, and I wouldn't be here if I didn't believe in that.
90 plus years later, serving Eastern PA, New Jersey, Maryland, and Delaware, from design, inspection, maintenance, repair, installation services, every step of the way, KOB has you covered. So you still got a little bit of that sales juice in you, Scott, clearly, even after all of these years. Well, great conversation, fast moving. I like it, being able to kind of get behind the scenes here at KOB, 1 year with the Encore Fire Protection family as well. Scott, thank you so much for giving us a few minutes of your time here on the KOB podcast.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you all for tuning in to this episode. If you want to check out any of our previous ones, you can find them on our YouTube channel. Search us Kistler O'Brien Fire Protection, or anywhere you get your podcasts, such as Spotify, Apple, etc. Until next time, I'm Tyler Trumbauer with Kistler O'Brien Fire Protection.